Hey, we're here at the International Roofing Expo in Las Vegas, and we're actually on the hunt for some of the most innovative products. Come check it out. Hey, we're here with Becca Switzer of Roof Sales Mastery, and we're in the Contractor Supplement Solutions booth, so thanks and shout out to them.
Thank you for the space, yep.
I guess I've got a question for you. If you're a roofing contractor and you're looking at your close rate and there's a problem, and it hurts. First of all, why does that matter? And do you see that really hurting roofing companies?
Oh, absolutely. Do you want me to take this?
You got a mic, sorry.
Oh yeah, I have a mic on. So usually what's happening is most salespeople don't really have a process at all. Like they just show up and they talk about materials too much. They're not actually talking about the value proposition, especially in storm restoration. They're not explaining the value of the process and actually even asking for the order. So many people do what I call soft closing, which is not closing at all. Mm-hmm. And they're professional presenters, they're not professional closers. And what that results in is a lot of sweat equity in exchange for very few sales. So what a good sales presentation and a high closing rate is going to do is allow you to do the sniper rifle approach instead of the shotgun approach, which is like, even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes. We don't want that to be your approach. We want you to know that if you go in with a qualified customer, that your sales presentation is 80% of the time going to leave with a signed contract, not like the numbers game approach, which is I'm just going to go out there and meet enough people and then I'm only going to close the easy ones, So that's where that comes from. But it's so, especially in storm restoration roofing, it's the easiest close in the world. Like if you're not closing 80 or 90% on insurance leads, there's something the matter. Honest to God.
So it's painful because you're wasting a lot of energy.
Yes.
Really, you're wasting too much energy, and is it easy to fix?
Yes.
What are 3 fixes that we could do as a storm restoration contractor that want to improve our close rate? What are 3 things that you think you push a lot?
So are we talking about the sales presentation itself? Actually having a script that you follow that answers and prevents as many objections as possible. So having an actual formula, preventing as many of the known objections as humanly possible, and then directly asking for the order. I mean, those are the 3 main things, but most people don't even have that. So you just have to have a formula. I would rather go out and do 3 inspections to sign 2 deals than have to go and do 10 inspections to get 2 deals, right? So the better you are, the less work that you have to do to get the same results.
Love it. What's the second thing that you would do to improve that close rate? Say my close rate's broken. What's something you'd really push on?
So if your close rate is really low, you have to look at where am I losing people? Are people glazing over at some point? Are you not actually addressing the thing that they care about most? Some people, I think a lot of salesmen focus too much on price. They think it's this person needs a roof and they're looking at this piece of paper that has a bid on the bottom and they're looking at this piece of paper that has another bid from another company on the bottom. It's about building value, right? So where are you focusing too much on just the dollar sign and not getting people to buy into you as the salesperson, your company, the value that you provide, the peace of mind that you provide? There's a lot of things above and beyond just shingles equal this dollar sign, right?
So look where they're glazing over, look for where they tune out.
Yeah, or
how can we make that stickier and more emotional?
Exactly.
Okay.
If I know a customer is coming in and their biggest concern is they just think their roof is so ugly, I'm not going to harp on my warranty. I'm going to talk about the beautiful roof that we're going to put on there and what problems that's going to solve, right? That's just an example. But
so that's almost like an ask good questions and listen kind of.
Absolutely. Yeah, you need to be qualifying the customer, pay attention to what they need,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, one more thing that you think you'd really push on if somebody wanted to improve their close rate.
If somebody really wants to improve their closing rate, it comes down to value building and being direct. So many salespeople are not direct. I will literally say, on my sales calls that I do, in the beginning of the call, I say, hey, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you some questions. I want to know about your situation, what you're dealing with, right? We're going to talk about my solutions. And then at the end, I'm going to ask you to buy it. Like, I'm
Yep.
going to give you some options and we'll make a decision today moving forward. So I'm that direct. And then toward the end, I go, so do you have any other questions or do you want to get down to brass tacks and talk numbers? So I'm constantly, we're not trying to like beat around the bush that we're selling them something. We are there to sell them something. They know that. We're going to bring attention to it. And we're also going to direct the conversation to, hey, so here are our options now based on this and this. Here's my recommendation. Which one of these options works better for you today? So being direct.
So that's the close.
Yes.
That's what you say? Which one of the options does better
Absolutely.
for you?
Yeah. Or it's like, what kind of payment do you want to use? You know, like, are you using an
I like
Amex
that
or
close.
Visa? You know?
Okay, give me one more close.
Okay, give you another close. I mean, so there's a pairing close that you can use. You
Yep.
say, so here's the deal. All I ask is that if we move forward on this today and you use my system and you get those numerical, like quantifiable results that I can share, all I ask is that you take 5 minutes to leave me a really detailed testimonial. Can I rely on you for that?
Yeah.
And they go, yes. I go, awesome. So this package is going to be $17K. It's lifetime access, like blah, blah,
Yep.
blah, whatever.
I like that. That's the close on the future thing.
Exactly.
Okay. I love this. Thank you, Becca. Where can people check out more about you?
RoofSalesMastery.com, of course. I'm also on Instagram, Roof Sales Mastery, and you can just look up my name, Becca Switzer. I don't think there's too many of us out there.
Awesome.
Look better, leave